change the default size into another one, we need to specify that. Okay, so in a square bracket, we can specify the size that's required. So if you want to create a document that's having an 11 font size, then we can give it as 11 point or else 12 point likewise. Okay, so that's the first step that we want to give. So let me open the editor, Text Studio. So actually, this is how a Text Studio window, the editor window will look like. And this is the place where we will be giving all the sort of inputs. So after creating a new document, we can see a page will be coming over here so that we can give what all sort of things that we need to provide. And on the right side, we can see a blank space is there, gray color. Sometimes you may not find that particular space. So for finding that, just click on to this view icon so that you can view an ash color box type space can be viewed. So that's a place where we can view our document that is created. Okay, so the document created will be in the PDF format, and that can be viewed in this particular window that's on the right side. And this green buttons, there are two green buttons, build and view as well as a compile. So this can be used for compiling. So we can save and then we can compile. Then these icons are used for moving on to the errors. Sometimes due to some errors that we are giving in the code and all, it may happen. So we can move on one by one errors. Then this is a log of what all activities that we are creating or doing. Then the cut, copy, paste commands. Then close, save, then open a file as well as create new. So these are the icons that's available with this text editor. Now we can create a new. So just click on new. So this is an untitled document so that we can save that in a particular folder. So before saving in a folder, we should keep in mind that all the documents, that means the graph or images, whatever it may be, that is required for creating this particular document should be placed inside that folder so that our task will be a little bit easy, because we can take all this in that particular folder itself, and the document will be created and that document will be available in that particular folder, and there will be some subsidiary files like log file, etc. will be created. So that also will be there in that particular folder. Okay. So if we are creating if we are saving this file in another folder which contains a lot of other files, we may get confused. So it's better to create a new folder for a particular sort of document that we need to create and keep it as such. Okay. So that will be quite easy for us. So just I am saving it, and I had already created a folder called Latex for this particular workshop. So just I am saving that. And the file name I'm given is sample. I'll just save that. So this is a file that we are creating right now, that's sample.txt. And now the first command that we need to give is document class. Okay, document class. So that can be an article or a report. I will show what is the difference between these two. So first of all, I am giving it as a document class article, and then all the things that we need to create in a document should be in between begin document and an end document. Okay, all the things that should be in between begin document and an end document. So these three are the basic structure or the mandate components for creating a particular document. Okay, so that should be kept in mind. So these three, first of all, that's a document class. So where we can specify what sort of document that we need to create, and then all the inputs that is confined with a particular document should be in between begin document and an end document. Okay, so this I'm giving begin document and an end document. So that's the beauty of this text studio. If you are creating or just typing instead of copy pasting, if you are just typing it, the automatically the end command also will be coming together. Okay, we don't need to type the end document command. So that's easiness of using this kind of text studio for this editing purpose. So this I am typing hello and just I am compiling. Okay, just click on the icon build and compile. See in the document that's being created now. Okay, just I am moving on to that particular folder. See, this is the place where I had saved that text file, sample.txt. So some are auxiliary folders are also being files are also being created. Sample auxiliary, then log file is there, and this is the document that we have created in PDF format. Sample.pdf. See, this is the file that we have created now. Okay, and that contains a text called hello. So that's how we create documents. So you can close that particular PDF file. Okay, if that PDF is being open, and then if you are trying to compile it again, yeah, that may create some errors because since that file is open, it may not override that particular file. Okay, so that it will be producing some errors. So just close that if you have opened that sample.pdf file in your system, please close that. Now moving on. We can provide the page. We can provide the page style. So the default will be the plain. We can keep style empty or page style headings, or we can even provide our own headings. We can provide our own headings in the page style called page style my headings. Okay. So these are the types of page styles that is available. So just I am providing the page style as headings. Okay, slash page style headings. So that's it. And then moving on to next. Now, for an article or a particular document, we need to create some titles, isn't it? So we can provide the title and the name of the author using slash title command as well as the author name using slash author command. So that should be given in the preamble part. Preamble part means before begin document. Okay. So that should be provided in between this document class article, in between this document class article and this begin document space. Okay, all these kind of data should be provided over there. So just I am giving the title as Latex tutorial. And see now message called spelling mistake is being shown as tutorial because the default language is German, I think. Yeah. In the bottom of that viewing part, you can check the language. So click on that bottom. So we can see Portuguese is there, German, French, Hungarian, English, UK and US is there. So now the default is German. That's why it's showing spelling mistake over there. So just you can change it to UK or US English. So I'm just changing on to US English. And one more thing that we can do is that we can add it as a command. Okay, so just insert the language as a text comment. So that means if we are opening this particular file once again, then that will be recognizing the language that we used as English, where the suggestions or the spelling mistakes, etc., for English will be overlooked and that will be provided. Okay, so we can insert it as a comment. See, this comment, the exclamation text spell check equal to English US. Okay, now we can add the author also. author name. Okay, just compile that. So we have provided the name of the title, I mean, the name of that particular article, as well as the author's name. Now, if you wish, you can create the title page also. Suppose if you are going to create some sort of reports, it's good to have a title page, isn't it? So let's see how that is going to become a different one. So here, first of all, what I am going to do is that without creating a title page, I am just going to create a title for this particular document, so that the header. The command is make title. So while typing the initial few alphabets, it will be providing the suggestions. So it's very easy for us to remember all these commands. So now after providing the command make title inside the document, see, we can see the title author, then the author, as well as the date. So today is July 8th, and the date of creation of that particular document is also shown. Now suppose if you want to create a title page, so just provide title page in the document class, and then just compile it once again. See, now a title page is also created now. Okay, initially, if as a default the title was provided as a header to that particular document, now we had provided an option for creating the title page so that the details about the title of the document as well as the author and the date of creation is being provided as a separate page. That's a title page is being provided now. So that's it about the creation of title. Now we can move on to sections. If you, suppose if you are going to create some reports and all, it will be containing some chapters or then sections, subsections, etc. will be there. So what I am going to do is that I am just going to create a chapter. The command is /chapter, and inside the braces we can provide the name of the chapter. Okay, so just I am providing the name of the chapter as documentation. Now just compile that. Yeah, one error is coming now. Yeah, it's an article. That's we need to change to a report. Yeah, now it's combining. See. So chapter 1 and documentation. Okay. Now it may have to be some sections, subsections. So we can create the sections and subsections. We can provide the section and provide the name of that particular section as heading 1. Just compile. So it will be having a number called 1.1. And if you are going to create a subsection, and I am providing the name of subheading. subheading 1. So that will be having the 1.1.1. Now again subsection can provide. So I think the default will be no numbering. Subsection. See, so for the subsection, no numbering will be there. Okay, but that will be in a bolded one. So this is how we create the chapters, and we provide the section, subsection, and the subsection. And then we need the list of contents, isn't it? We need to add the list of contents. So here we can create the list of contents. List of figures. Yeah, it's called table of contents. Yeah, table of contents. See, now the contents is also being created. The chapter name, first chapter called documentation, then 1.1 heading 1, then 1.1.1 subheading, and all the page numbers are also there. Okay. Now suppose after creating this document, I came to know that I need to create one more section prior to this heading 1. Okay, so that I am creating another section over here. Section name it as heading. See, automatically all the numberings are being changed, and at the same time, we can see that in the list of contents, we need to combine once again for the change to occur in the table of contents. See, in the table of contents, we can see that it's already changed. See, automatically that numbering is changed, and if we are providing some text inputs into that, obviously it will be taking some 1 or 2 pages. So automatically all this page number also will be changing accordingly. Okay. Now if you want to add some list of figures, the command is list of figures. Then we can add the list of tables also. So all these will be coming accordingly as soon as we create some tables or something like that, or figures. See, already the pages are allocated for that. So now we can have a title page is there. Then we have a table of contents. Then list of figure is there. Then list of tables are there. And then chapter 1. We are starting from chapter 1. Okay. So that's how we create the initial part of the document. Now, yeah, one more thing. Suppose we want to create a chapter and we don't want the chapter number. Okay, so for that particular purpose, we can keep a star like this. Okay, we can keep a star like this at the end of the commands, so that the numbering will not be present. So just I am providing an asterisk over there and then compiling it once again. See, it's a chapter, but it's not numbered. The chapter number is not provided. So in here also, if we don't want a section number or a subsection number, we can put an asterisk at the end. See, no numberings. Okay, so this is how we opt out the numbering.
Antonio, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, 2 messages. Can you just look at the messages? There are 2 messages which are supposed to be answered.
I will look at it. Sir, can you copy the code in chat? It will be easy to run side by side. Yeah, of course. I will. Yes, madam. Yeah, yeah. Initially, it may find it a little bit difficult since it's having some code and all. But if we are practicing it, it's quite easy because it's not that much like a. It's all the codes are familiar. Okay, all the codes are like a familiar names like title or the table of contents, list of figures, chapter, section, etc. So that it's quite easy for us to follow this, but it needs some patience. So initially, while looking on to all these things, it may find it difficult because a lot of coding parts are there. Oh, then no need of this LaTeX. I will stick on the Word. That's how everyone will be thinking of. So that's why uh, everyone is using this Word. But once you come across with some hectic things while editing in Word, then obviously you will be shifting to use this LaTeX. Then yeah, one more comment. Yes, for PPT, what should be the class? Yes, in for document class, the PPT is slides. For slides, we can create the slides using the document class slides. That's an older one, and for the later, we are using as Beamer. I will type the spell in the comment box. So this is the document class used nowadays for creating the slides using this text studio. So actually we used to tell it as not the LaTeX, we used to tell that the PPTs are created using Beamer. Yes, sir, obviously by practice only we will be able to learn this. Yeah, now we can move on. Now we want to provide the reference. Okay, suppose if you are creating some contents, and obviously we will be referring to some sections, isn't it? While writing a section part, we will be telling that so and so things are already described or discussed in the section 1 or section 2, etc. So in Word, we used to write it as the section number itself. In this particular thing, we can label that. And one more thing. In Word also, these commands and everything is available. We can provide the label, we can provide the reference, bibliography can be created. So these kind of things can also be created in Word. Okay, so don't think that these features are not available with the Word, but if you are comparing both these things in Word and the LaTeX, then the LaTeX is much similar. Okay, since we are not using code in Word, we may find that this LaTeX is a little bit difficult. I will also show that once again. I will just show in Word also, just how to type an equation. So we may have a feeling that all these things are available in the Word and we are clicking and pick and drop or just typing the things likewise. But the Word also supports this coding part. see, I'm just going to create an equation. Okay, A equal to B by C equal to 1 raised to 5, then sum of n alpha raised to 2. See, you can create equations like this in Word also. Okay, these are the commands that we are providing in the Word. The same thing is provided in the LaTeX. So we may think that, oh, it's quite difficult since we are providing the code in the LaTeX. But the same thing can be provided in the Word also. It's same. Okay. So now coming back to the cross-reference. So this I am just copy pasting some things. Okay. I am just copying this content because you can copy some contents that's available with you in this particular section. And then now we can provide a label to that particular section. Okay, now we can provide a label to that particular section. So this is the command for providing the label. So just I will type the command and then copy paste that in the chat box. So from the section, and this I am providing the label here as label R1. Okay, so this is the reference that I am providing over here. And then here we can provide that from the section ref. That's a command for referring that label already that we have created. So the label name of the label is R1. So it will be providing a list of references that we are already created. Okay. So the R1 is the reference. So just click on that or just type the enter thing or just press enter. Okay. Now this I am going to compile it. In the first section heading, I had already provided the label as label R1. Then I had called that label using the command /ref. Okay. Now in the document created, we can see that from the section 1.1. Okay. Suppose I am creating another section before this one, this heading. Automatically this number are changed, isn't it? So accordingly, the reference also are changing the label. It's now the label that is provided is having the section 1.2. So it's telling that from the section 1.2. Okay. So while editing, automatically all these numberings and everything will be changed accordingly. So that's how we are telling this LaTeX is quite easy. Okay. So while coming on to the editing part only, the LaTeX will be easy. Creating a document that don't need any editing and all, then obviously the Word will be quite easy. Okay, just now I will copy paste this entire thing once again. Okay. I think there is some word count is some of the portions. So from subsection onwards, I am pasting it once again. So please don't do it because the initial portion was string. Please don't. I had highlighted one message over there, so just remove that. Okay, because the message was framed automatically. Yeah. Now, moving on. Now we had already created the table of contents, and now we are moving on to the formulas. Okay, we are moving on to the formulas. So in a math environment, we can provide some of the symbols. So on the right side of this editor, we can see some environments are there. So for pressing enter key, then for this the dollar sign, $2 sign can be seen. So that's for providing inline math mode. That means all the equations or the symbols that we are creating should be kept between these $2. Okay, either we can click by selecting this one, or just we can type $2. That's it. Okay. So here I am providing a symbol like, see, some X. X is a symbol. Okay, suppose let's say X is a math symbol. So we can see the difference now. So now it is treated as an alphabet. Okay, not as a math symbol. Because I had provided that particular alphabet in the text that I am already inputting, and I am not providing a math environment. So always the math environment should be in between these $2 symbols. Okay. So now I am just providing $2 on the left and right of that X, and see what is the difference that's being. See the X now. So that's a variable now. Okay, or a math symbol. So now the X is treated as a math symbol. So that's how we provide the math symbols in the text that we are already creating. And for providing all the symbols, we need to know what is the name of that particular symbol. So that should be known. So that's another thing that we should keep in mind. So already, I think we'll be in a position to know the spells of all the Greek alphabets and all, because already these Greek alphabets are most of the symbols that is used by us in maths, isn't it? So what's the symbol for alpha? What's the spell for alpha? /ALPHA, alpha. Okay. So that should be kept inside a math environment. So either we can just choose the place where we want to create a math environment, just select that particular portion, and then click on this $2 signs, so that automatically that math environment will be created. Now just compile that. See, the alpha symbol is coming. Okay, so this is how we are creating the math environments while we are typing in a inline text mode. Now this is an equation. Now suppose we want to create an equation. Okay, now suppose we want to create an equation. So I'm just copy pasting in the command box now. So this is the equation that is created now. So that's a fraction. Okay. So that's a fraction. That's a command called frac. Then I will show that command frac. Then that should be containing a numerator as well as a denominator. So that's a default symbol. Okay. So that's a default. So /frac created for a fraction. And we need to provide the first braces. Inside first braces, we need to provide the values of numerator. Then in the second set of braces, we need to provide the values for denominator. So that's what provided over here. Then this cap symbol. The cap symbol is to denote superscripts. Okay, exponent or the power can be provided as a cap. Then that's been provided as x raised to n. Okay, that's provided as x raised to n. And suppose we provide it as an x raised to n minus 1. Okay, that n minus 1 should be in as a superscript. Okay, in this particular case, the n is the only superscript, so that in equation we can say that it is x raised to n minus 1. Okay, suppose we need to provide the superscript as n minus 1. So what should we need to do is that just we need to keep the entire thing inside another brace. Okay, so it will be reading it as x cap of n minus 1. Okay, x cap of n minus 1. So the entire thing will be treated as a superscript. Oh, some braces missing. Yeah, here I missed the wax symbol. See, now we can see that x to the power of n minus 1. Okay, x to the power of n minus 1. And in the case of subscript also the same thing. We can see here sum of, that means sum means that sigma. Okay, slash sum. The same is in the case of Word also. For creating the sum command, I just type the sum slash sum over in Word also. So all these commands are same. Okay, in Word also we can provide these commands for creating the equations. So slash sum underscore, that means that will be coming at the bottom, and we are creating the entire thing inside the brace, so that will be coming. So here we can see k equals 0, and then cap is provided, so that will be treated as a superscript, and that will be coming at the top of that sum n minus 1. Then the variable x raised to k. Now suppose I am keeping along a text or along a sentence. Okay, now I am providing the math environment over there, and just I am compiling, and we can see the difference. See the difference here. The n minus 1 and k equal to 0 was on the top and bottom of that sigma, isn't it? But now we can see that it's an inline one. It's an inline one, and that's towards the front of that sigma symbol. Okay, so that will be changed automatically by this Latex, because in this particular line, if the equation is kept as such that we had seen initially, what happens? The line spacing will be different, isn't it? For that particular line, the spacing will be different. So it won't look that much pleasing. So initially in the presentation, while starting the presentation, I told that this Latex is one of the main aim for the Latex is to provide a document with a pleasing appearance. Okay, so if we are creating some equations in between the sentences and all, then all the line spacings will be different accordingly with the size of those equations that we are creating. So it won't have a pleasing appearance. Okay, so in order to have a pleasing appearance, that will be automatically adjusted. All this will be automatically adjusted in order to fit the size of that particular line. Okay, so that's why it's just changing that like this. Okay. Madam, are you trying to tell that I have to zoom it or the width and length? Sapna, madam. Oh, it's not possible to zoom in. We can increase only the width and all. We cannot zoom that. Now, so we already discussed about this, how to create an exponent and a subscript. So while creating the subscript and superscript, we should keep in mind that it will be taking only the first letter. Okay, it will be taking only the only the first letter after this cap or underscore. Okay, I will show it once again. Suppose I am keeping a math environment over here, and I am telling it as min. So that's m_min. I will just copy paste in the command box also, so that you can see it more clear. Now I am just combining it. Now we can see that the m is the only one treated as a subscript. Okay, so that's the first. That's the first thing. I mean the first letter that's coming. Now, if we want to, if you want the ender thing, that's min as the subscript, we should keep inside a brace. Then only we will be treating the ender thing as a subscript. Okay, now we can see that min. So that's coming as a subscript. Sir, how can we keep it as a full screen, sir? Vinod, sir?
Hello. Antonio, what is the problem?
Sir. Vinod sir was saying that problem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vinod sir mentioned that. No, sir. I was just asking to Vinod sir that how it's possible keeping it as a full screen. Okay, now we can continue. So actually we had already discussed these fractions. So we can have two kinds of fractions. Okay, we can have two kinds of fractions. That's one fraction having an inclined line or a diagonal fraction, and as well as a horizontal line or a horizontal bar. Okay, so the first command that's I had already shown here in the text studio environment for creating a particular fraction. So that command was /frac, and then we can specify the numerator as well as the denominator inside these two pairs of braces, so that the end result will be a fraction with a horizontal bar. And suppose we don't want to create a horizontal fraction with a horizontal bar, we can create a fraction with a diagonal bar also like this. Just give a/b or numerator/denominator. That's enough. Okay, instead of this one, I'm just going to create mmax slash mmin. So it will be having a diagonal fashion. Okay. So similarly, also we can create that. I will just copy paste this command on the command box. Okay, so that's how we can create a diagonal sort of fraction. Now, an important thing about the spacing. Okay, that's an important thing about the spacing. See, in LaTeX, if we are giving multiple space bars, it will be treated as only a single space. Okay, see here, after this program, I am giving n number of space. Okay, and then I am going to compile it. See, no space is coming over here. Programs design. I had given n number of space over there, isn't it? So while creating these documents, we don't need to get bothered about the number of space bars that we are providing while editing these things. Okay, even if we are giving multiple number of space bars, no issues. It will be treated as only a single space bar, and only single spacing will be provided between these two words. So no issues with that. Okay, so that's one advantage. And the second thing is that I hope you have noticed that these two are different paragraphs, isn't it? This one paragraph and this is the second paragraph. Because I had put an ender over there, isn't it? In the slide also you can see it was 2 points. These 2 points were copy-pasted onto a text editor space, isn't it? So there were one ender in between. There were an ender in between. If you doubt that, I will show it once again. So now it's in a single paragraph. Now I am just typing an ender over there. So now there's a one ender, isn't it? There's one ender in between. But then again, it is treating as a single paragraph. See, after compiling, see, actually this developer should be on the new line, isn't it? Should be treated as another paragraph, or should be started in a fresh line. But again, that's not treated like that. So if we want to treat it as a new paragraph, we need to provide 2 enders. We need to provide 2 ender keys. See, now it's treated as a new paragraph. Okay, and now I don't want to provide these enders and all, but the tagging and everything should be provided, and all the paragraph should be treated as individual paragraph. If so, what we want to provide is that another command called paragraph /paragraph. We can provide another command called /paragraph. /paragraph. No need of providing a title over there. Okay, then it will be treated as new paragraphs. No need of giving all these enter commands or something like that. See, now this one is a new paragraph, and then paragraph spacing is also provided over there, and we can see that tabbing is also provided in the beginning. So the command is /paragraph, and there will be braces, and just delete all the things that is inside the braces. We don't need to provide any title. And if you wish that you want to provide a title for the paragraph, obviously you can provide some captions for that particular paragraph inside that braces. Okay, so that's an optional one. Then yes, sir, I will share the PPT for the complete command. 1 second, I need to. I think we cannot share using this command, isn't it? We cannot share the files using this. Just a second, I will log in using WhatsApp web and I will share with you. Yeah, actually, I had shared the PPT in the WhatsApp group. So those who are doing it online, you can download from the WhatsApp group and then copy paste the comments that's available in it. Okay. Yeah, now moving on to next part. So we were discussing about the spacing. So the LaTeX has a control over the spacing. If we are giving n number of space bars, no issues. It will be treated as only a single space. And then we can provide the enter. So if you want to provide enter, we should give twice. Then only it will be treated as a new paragraph. Or instead, you can put the command as /paragraph. So if you are providing the command at the beginning of the paragraph, the tabbing and the paragraph spacing, everything will be provided as a default. So you don't need to bother about all those things. Now, Suppose if you want to provide little bit space in between, okay, rather than the default space, if you want to provide some space in between, then these four are the commands if you want to control the space. If you want to provide a small space, that should be slash comma, little bit higher one, that's a medium space, that should be slash colon, and if the space is a large one, it should be slash semicolon. Okay, and if you want to provide a negative space, that should be slash exclamation. So let's see how these four commands works. So here I am just providing the command over here. From the section, we can see that some space is being added, isn't it? Some space is being added from the and section. In between the and section, there is a space. Now suppose I am providing a colon over there. I think some more spaces, the medium space is being provided in between, and we can provide backslash and semicolon also. So that's the spacing provided over there, and then we can try with the exclamation. No, I don't think that this exclamation is working. Yeah, I think it's not working. I think I need to update the MIG That's why this exclamation is not working. It was an error message is telling that you have not checked for the updates as a MIG user. So it's not working. But in the updated version, if you are using this slash exclamation, it will be providing much lower space in between these two words, the and section. Now, if we want to provide a double spacing, because if you are providing one article for a review purpose and all, it's highly recommended to have a double spacing in between, because it's quite easy for the reviewer to read the article. So, if you want to create a double space in between, this is the command for providing. So, we need to stretch the baseline, and that we need to give a double space. That's why we are specifying it with the command 2. Okay, so that the lines will be having a line space of 2. So this command affects the entire document, isn't it? This command affects the entire document, so that we need to provide that is in the preamble. That means the space between document class and this begin document. Okay, then only it will be affecting all the entire documents. So just copy that, and we need to provide that before this begin document. Anywhere we can view. Okay, the new command base 2. So see that the spacing in the so the line spacing. Okay, just it now, and we can see what was there in the comments. It's the difference. Also, like this, if you wish, you can change the line spacing also. Now, next thing. We have italics, bold, and italics. So, already these things are provided as a button also on the left side. We can see we can provide just click on to B, so that the command for creating the bold documents will be coming. That command is /textbf. Then for italics, it is text it or emphasis. Okay, we can either give /m for italicity or /text it. Both can be provided. And for underline, that is /underline. Okay, so these are the three commands that can be provided. So just we can provide a text over here /textbf. Okay, /textbf, and inside the braces that we need to specify the text that needs to be in bold. Okay, inside the braces we need to specify the text. So I'm just typing how to make the text bold. See, now it is in bold form, isn't it? The text is in bold form. Now, suppose we can create an italicized one, text it. See, now it is in italics. How to create is in italics. But even though I am creating or providing these comments in two different lines, but one single enter will not be treated by the text file. Okay, so that's why it's coming in a single line. Now, suppose if you want to show that in two different lines, I need to provide one more enter. Okay, I need to provide one more enter, so that it will be treated as a new line. Okay. Similarly, we can do the underline also. That is /underline. /underline. See, it is underlined now. Okay, so that's how we are changing the appearance of the text. Now creating arrays and all I will take a break in that. So I would like to hear from you about the experience that you have. You are using for the first time Latex, how it seems, or any questions regarding this discussed. Queries or hear your experience if you are a new user. Nothing. Okay. Okay, then I will show things. Here we were creating some inline equations and we were creating equations inside a math environment. So generally for documentation purpose and all, if you want to specify the equations inside a chapter, automatically it should get numbered, isn't it? All these equations should get numbered. So it's a good practice for equations inside a chapter, begin equation and end equation. Okay, begin equation and end equation. So I am deleting these two dollar signs that we have created. Okay, the dollar signs that we have created, and then I am just keeping inside this equation inside a command called begin equation and end equation. So / begin inside the braces equation. Okay, just I am pasting it in between. See, the equations is looking as such, but the new change is that it is getting numbered. So since it's in the first chapter and it's the first equation, it's having the number 1.1. Okay, so this is how we can number the equations also. Okay, now suppose if you don't want to number it, what happens? Here the equation should be kept as a star. Oh, in this package, I think it's not working. Let me see whether it's working or not. No. So in this particular package, that's not working. I think in updated versions, it may work. Okay, using a star in equation. I think in the no. So okay, so if you are putting a star at the end of this equation, we can create the equations without numbering, or else we can create the equations using the $2 signs that we had already shown previously. Okay, so these are the two options. So if you wish that equation needs to be numbered, so this is the first option. Okay, and then a few other things. See here we can see these are for creating tabbing, creating an array, or for inserting graphics, and even for math assistant the results are available. Okay, we can write the maths over here. See, we can write as S. So it's quite difficult, okay, because I don't know how these things will be treating. So instead I had here I had created as X, but it's been treated as 3Z. So anyways, there's an option for that. Yes, formatting takes more time in Word file. It's a difficult task because we need to look into this margin spacing, line spacing, paragraph spacing, tag spacing. So we are using a Latex that's confined to that particular documentation purpose. We don't need to get bothered about all these things. That will be always readily available in that particular file. In that memory, the line spacing or the margin spacing will be alright. So just we can do the editing things inside this begin document and end document. After all, we'll be getting the document in the confined format. So no headaches. And even editing also, it's very easy because even though if you are inputting the contents in between, also the numbering page number or section number or in these equation numbers or the numberings of tables or the figures will be changed automatically. So that's another advantage. And another most important thing is with the images that I'll show in the second session. Yesterday, Visa was asking about this while we are inputting the image in the Word file, the clarity is good, isn't it? So I will show that. I will compare the Word and this text, the LaTeX. So these are the advantages if you are comparing with this Word and text, the LaTeX. But the problem is that initially it will be a little bit difficult for us to come up with these kind of commands and all. But it's easy to remember all these things. And we always also dealing So we need to provide the name of author over here. We can provide the title over here, or journal title. Journal title can be provided here. Then the date can be here. Then these are optional. OPT. OPT things are optional. If you can provide the details over here, or else no need. Okay. So these five are the mandate things that we need to provide. Okay. So likewise, we can create the references that we want to provide, and we can provide the reference or citation. So the also it's quite difficult, isn't it? If I providing the reference and all, if you are writing the article, what happens? The usual way, if you are providing the number instead of year, the usual way is that the first reference will be at the first number, and it will be moving on, and finally the last reference will be at the last number. So accordingly, the we'll be numbering all the citing points, and that accordingly we will be putting the reference in the reference section also. But at any point of time, if you want to add one more reference in between, what happens? We need to do the numbering from beginning, isn't it? Or from that point onwards, we need to provide new numbering, and then in the reference section also we need to go for editing, and also that will be a hectic one. So in these things, we don't need to get bothered about all these things. It will be automatically changed. So that's the beauty of these things. So that's it as of now, and now I think we can take a break. If you can right now, or we can take a break until at 4, and we'll be continuing from this.